Say cheese, crime scene science detectives. We're doing our bite mark analysis next. So what you'll need for this lab is your sheet of paper that shows the bite mark that we're going to be analyzing. This is a photocopy of what we found at the crime scene. If you remember, Mr. Mauve seemed to have a bite mark on his right wrist. And so we've done a photocopy of it, and we're going to be measuring it with your ruler. You're going to want maybe your marker as well, along with that plate. We're going to do a little experiment to see if our bite marks look like what Mr. Mauve has. So get those materials ready. Let's go. So step one here is to get that photocopy of the bite mark out. I'm looking at it. This is to size. This is exactly the size of what the bite mark was on Mr. Mauve. There is no distortion here. And I've got my ruler ready to go. And what we're going to want to do is measure from this back tooth all the way to the next tooth. What's the measurement that you get from this tooth to the next one? Whatever your number is, write that down. The width I got was about 5.5 inches. We could also do the length as well, which should get us close to about 7 inches or so. I also, along with the dimensions of the bite mark, I want to make marks of what exactly I'm seeing here. So I see that we've got some big teeth marks here in the corners. You guys are seeing that too, hopefully. And then what are we seeing for the other teeth marks? It looks like these ones are a little bit closer together. These ones are spaced out, but how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It seems like there's 6 on each side as well. Okay, we want to make these notes because we're going to compare this bite mark to your bite marks as well to try to figure out whether or not this is a human bite mark. In order to replicate what a human bite mark looks like, you're going to need your plastic plate. Here, we're not putting food on this plate. In fact, what we're going to do is fold it in half. Okay. And on the back side of the fold here, you're going to take a big bite out of it. And we're going to hold it for a little bit. You're going to hold it for a little bit. And when it's done, you should have a little bit of a replica of your own personal bites that we can now analyze. Now, before we start comparing this bite mark to our bite mark we found in Mr. Mauve, we just want to look at this by itself. So let's look at our ruler and measure. I think I've got a pretty big mouth, but I'm only getting about 1.5 inches for width. 1.5. And for length, it's kind of hard to see the top teeth, but there are a few little imprints there. And about 2 inches for length. Okay. I'm also noticing quite a bit of marks here, right? We've got a mark here, mark here, mark here. Very closely spaced together. It looks like these are probably my molars, my incisors, my front teeth. While they're kind of faded, you can kind of make them out. So our moment of truth, detectives, does this bite mark, just a normal adult bite mark, look like this bite mark? 1.5 inches versus 6 inches across. Small, close teeth compared to these big, wide teeth. I don't think so. I don't think so. So unless there's somebody Mr. Mauve knows who has a mouth about 6 times the size of a normal human adult and's got way fewer teeth that are more spaced out, I don't think this is a human bite at all. What do you think might have bitten Mr. Mauve? Let me know your guesses in the comments.